welcome to CodeDrill. In the last tutorial, we have seen how to create a basic class. Means we just create a hello world class, and inside the hello world class we define the void main function, and inside the void main function we just print a single line. This is a very basic script we have written, very basic programming we have written, and nothing else. Means we just check how to write Java program. So today we will learn how to take the user input and how to store those input inside a variable and how to print those variables. So for that we have to create a new class. We will not write inside the same class we have written in the last tutorial, because we have already pushed this code to repo. If anyone want, they can take the pool and practice in the local system. So I'm just creating a new class. Let's create a new class. The class name, you can define anything according to your functionality, according to your modules. So I'm just naming it as user input example. Anything you can put the name here. And we just define the class name. I have installed a Java plugin, that's why it automatically define the class name. I have not written this class name, it automatically define the class name. So I'm using the VS Code. Actually I love this VS Code. So this is basically helps me to work on multiple programming language. I worked on PHP, I worked on Java, so that's why I use VS Code, so that it will help me to suggest the next keyword. When I write any lines, it is suggest the next line what could it be. So in the drop down you can select. So that's why for the suggestion I use VS Code. So, and for user input we basically use a Java package. That package helps you to take the user input. The package name is basically scanner. Let's import that package. For using the Java package, you have to write import java dot utility. This inside the utility library, all these packages are available. Util dot scanner. You can see now automatically it is suggest the next line. So inside the class we just define the void main function, public static void main. Inside the void main string args. In the last class I have already explained what is exactly the void main function. So it is actually the initialize function in every class. When you create a new class, in that class you have to define the void main function. So when JVM run, he exactly search for these functions, the initialize function, then it execute the total class and create the Java class files. Right now we have create only the Java file name, that is the .java. When we compile this class, it will be create the class file, same name and .class file. So inside the function we basically first will be create the object of this scanner. We have already import this scanner library. Now we have to create the object of this scanner library. For creating the object library, we just create the same scanner name, scanner dot sc. Sc basically the object name. You can define anything, abc, xyz, whatever may be. This is basically the name of the object. So inside the object you just put the new keyword. New keyword basically used to create the any object of this class. So here you can define scanner, and inside the scanner you can define the system.in, so to taking the input. So we have created the object. Right now the object has been stored inside the sc. so you can use the sc. So here first will be print a line. Before taking the input, you have to print a line ki what input you are going to take, like system dot input, sorry, system dot out dot print. Inside the print you can take the input, means not exactly input will be take in the next line. Here you will be print the line what input you are want to get from the user. Like I just want to take the name of the user, so you can write enter your name. Okay, so here when the code will be execute, first it will be print enter your name. One is single quote I have put, enter, enter your name. Then will be take the input in the next line. To taking the input in the next line, we have to define the variable, and inside the variable we have to take the scanner objects input. So here you can define it, because it is a string type, so here you can define string and the variable name like name, sc the object name, dot next line, next int. Next int means sorry, next ln, next line, because we are taking this as a string, so that's why next line. If you taking as a integer, then you can define next int for the integer. If you taking any float type, then you can define the next float. So what type you are define the variable type, what type of data you are storing inside this name variable. We are basically storing the name of the user, that's why it is a string type, so that's why we define next line. So here you can store, get the user input as enter your name, and in the end when he will be enter the name, you can store the same name inside the name variable. So we have already taken the user, and then next time we will be take the, I'm just copy and paste to take the user age. I will be edit it as user age, and here the next line we have to define next int. Age is next int. Next int. Why it's showing error? Anything I missed? Oh, sorry. I have not, because it's a type of integer. We have to define the age as integer. That's why it's showing error. So first we define the string. We means the variable as a string. The data type is string, and inside the string we store the name of the user, and again we means this is basically the prompt. It will prompt to the user enter your age, and when he will be entered the age, will be stored the same, whatever data you will be input will be stored inside the age variable. So the name will be stored inside the name variable, and the age will be stored in the age variable. So once you will be store the name and age, here we will be combine and we will be print here. So for printing the total result, we will be write system same system dot out dot print ln, and the print ln will be print of both name and the user age. So like your name, whatever line you can write here, your name is, here we will print, that's sorry, for printing the variable result, we will be write the plus. Plus is basically used for the concatenation. This is basically the string will be end here. So this is basically the string will be put the string here. So here will be taking means we will be first it will be prompt your name each, and then in the plus we will be print the variable name as name. This is the variable. Okay, got it. If any doubt you can put in the comment. I will be reply on the same comment, or I can create a separate video. If any doubt you just put your comment, so that I want the tutorial should be interactive. If I will be just create some videos and I will be post the no comments, nothing else is there, so the video will not be, the tutorial will not be interactive, so that it will be boring for both of us. I will be bored and you people also will be get bored. So that way I request you just put your comment if any doubt or anything, so that I will be clarify, try to put the using the comments, or I can create a separate video. If it deserves a separate video, definitely I will be do that. So I'll be, your name is, I will be print the variable, same variable, this name, and your age I concatenate. You can see the concatenation plus in the both side. This is the string, then again I will be use the plus symbol to concatenate the name here, means it will be print your name is, then name, again I will be end with the plus symbol, and here I will be write and your age is, here I will be start the plus symbol and age. So here the age will be print. So now the program is complete. We have to compile. So compile means we will be create the compilation, means we will be run the compilation java c, the class name is user input dot java. So here you can see there is no java class, the class file is not created yet. User input example dot java. When I'll compile this class, sorry, this file, so it will be create the class file. Let compile, and you can see here it will be create the class file. Compilation complete. You can see the class file has been created, and I will be call this class file java user input dot example. Here it prompt the first line, enter your username. What I will be enter here, next line is here. So what in the next line, what I will be write, that will be stored inside the name variable. If I will be put here Basant, my name is Basant basically, so it is stored the Basant inside the name variable. We are define the data type as string, and the variable name is name. It is already, when I enter, it is stored the string inside the name. Again it is come to the next line, and here we basically define enter your age. If I put the age like 35, then it enter the age 35 inside the age, and the next line executed your name is name and your age is age. So here the line, complete line, your name is Basant and your age is 35. So there is no space inside the and. We can put some space so that it will be clearly visible. Let compile once again. Okay, Basant 35, let's change it 36. You can see your name is Basant and your age is 36. So this is basically, we just use this package, a scanner package, to take the user input, and then we create the object here, and using this object we store the user input values inside the variable, and here we print the user input values. So this is basically the variable concept, how we take the user input and how we store inside the variables and how print the variable values. If you want, then you can put any static values here like 10, 12, 13, if you whenever required in in your project. So either you can put the user input, or you can store in static variable, or you can fetch the data from the environment files or any config files. In future now we'll be read also, we'll be means we'll be go for the next program, we'll be read how to take the input from the env variable, how will we take the input from the config files, or how will we take the values from the database also. So for this tutorial, that's much only. In the next tutorial we'll be read regarding the database and database interaction, how will we interact with the database, and will be fetch the data, fetch the data from the databases. Thank you all. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to share these videos. Thank you. Good night.